Welcome to Atomic Heart, a game known for its various melee weapons and gunplay combat, but in this video, I won't be using any of these. Instead, I will see if I can beat the game with just a glove and my fists. Why? Because nothing gets my blood pumping than challenging a bunch of walking refrigerators to fisticuffs. That's why. Will I be successful? Let's find out. Subscribe and hit that like button for more content. So first, let's talk about the setup. Since these machines are supposed to be super dangerous, I will be playing on hard mode just to reflect on that. And well, this is just what I'm into. Any melee kills in the beginning part of the game will not count, since it's just one giant tutorial. And plus, the axe is literally glued to P3's hands until I reach Nora. I have no other way of unequipping it except for in the storage menu. So the challenge will really start when we first meet Nora.
Fuck me!
Oh, what a stud! I can't get enough. Jocks, let me tie you to the bed, baby.
Now, in the beginning of the game, P3 is weak as hell. Our fists literally have the damage output of a toddler, so most of our damage will be coming from the glove's abilities. But since we don't have access to the best abilities like telekinesis and freeze, for now we're just gonna have to focus on character upgrades and the shock ability. Our goal will be to upgrade to the point where we could do double dodge and have invincibility while dodging. Also, resistance to elemental and physical damage to make ourselves a little bit tankier. As for shock, for this run, the best upgrades are literally all the shock upgrades. They're all pretty good. Also, it gives me a chance to shock those flying enemies out of the sky. Now, since I'm weak and enemies can kill me with 3 hits, the best thing to do for now is avoid any direct fighting until I could get the freeze ability. So, for now, we're just going to be doing a little bit of stealthing.
Hey, yo, what the?
Or not. Okay, we're going to be doing a little bit of running. Not every enemy encounter required me to fight, but the best way to upgrade my glove is to kill enemies, so I can farm them for the sweet neuropolymer. The best way to do this for now is to just use the environment, like these spinning robots, or just simply standing on boxes. And I'll even go as far as to say I can use doors. Yes, doors to cheese group fights, since I could just beat them up and damage them through the door frame. And if the game's feeling generous enough, I could get lucky enough and go in for some stealth kills for some easy polymer. As far as inventory management goes, I'll mainly craft the small neuromed capsules. God damn it. I'll mainly craft the small neuromed capsules. I figured these would be just enough, plus they're cheap to make. I'll also be saving any consumables that give me buffs, like the vodka and adrenaline capsules for boss fights. I can't move. I don't think this is supposed to happen. Hello? After reloading the game, it was time for our first boss encounter. Our shock and fist damage towards the boss does barely anything. All it does is just tickle him. And as painful as it was to fight this guy without weapons, thanks to the swarm of other sprout mutants and those stupid flying sprouts, this fight did teach me something. We could use the flaming sprouts to damage the boss, believe it or not. And since he was weak to fire, this would do massive damage to him. I know, right? I didn't expect enemies were able to damage each other. So combining this with freeze, it was easy to bait the flame sprouts to hit the boss. And after a while, we finished him off with a few punches and a couple of shocks. And then we escaped the facility. Once we're finally outside, this was the best time to farm some polymer, since we could just show these robots on the road our sweet driving skills. Once I was satisfied, I headed to the VDNH to fight Hedgie. The Hedgie fight, an aggressive rolling terror with kick-ass boss theme. Now for this fight, we could just wait for him to expose his weak spot, but that would take forever. So instead, we're going to use these structures to damage him. Of course, I'll throw in a couple of punches when I can, but just using these structures alone could be enough since they do massive damage. So this is pretty much a game of wait and bait. So I'll just keep baiting him to hit these structures, and after a while, he'll just end up killing himself. You can even get an achievement for doing it this way. After killing Hedgie, we now have access to the ability that will carry me throughout this run. Now, we have a better way of dealing with enemies. Our main focus now is to upgrade the telekinesis to the point where we could slam the robots into the ground for massive damage. But in order to do that, we need some more polymer. It's time to go on the offensive. So we're going to fight every enemy we come across. Once again, we're going to take advantage of the environment. And also the AI's inability to navigate around certain objects. And of course, our new abilities to freeze and lift them up in the air for some free easy hits. Oh, and let's not forget about doors. Doors are your friends. How anyone died to these things is anyone's guess. I know I'm going to butcher this. Plush. Plush.
That is a specimen called Plush, or Ivy, It is extremely dangerous.
I'm gonna call them red dudes. Is everybody fine with me calling them red dudes? I'm gonna call them red dudes. The red dude, and highly agile boss with unrelenting melee attacks. For this run, this fight all comes down to a game of attrition. It's pretty much a boxing match between man and beast. It all came down to which one of us can take the most blows before one of us dies. I needed something to tank the hits. Luckily, I made sure to stock up well just in case I ran into a fight like this. You see, I could buff myself using adrenaline capsules, giving me a health over time and dodge boost, and vodka for some defense, and condensed milk for some extra damage, since my base damage was literally nothing. Man, look at those baby hits. After a while, and a bottle of vodka later, my patience was soon rewarded with an achievement. By the way, this took me 20 minutes to beat this guy, just spamming the right trigger. After killing the red dude, I don't think this is supposed to be like this. Yep, I'm not supposed to be here. It was time to take on a horde of mutants, and pretty much here, we could just circle around the room and just spam our telekinesis, since it recharges pretty quick, and pick them off one by one. After defeating the horde, we finally acquired the slam ability for telekinesis. And as I said earlier in the video, this ability alone would carry me for the rest of the run. Normal enemies became a cakewalk, since I could just spam slam and shock on them. And the best thing about this, I don't even have to look at them directly for this ability to work. Upstairs, downstairs, even outside of buildings I'm in, I can still attack them with that ability. Thank God this game doesn't have a mana system. As for bosses, well, the slam can be used on bosses, since especially we got the upgrade where we can lift larger enemies. But sometimes the slam just doesn't work.
Fight!
Maybe it was a timing issue. And luckily, the fight with Natasha didn't really require me to use slam at all, because the mines it shoots out does some pretty massive damage. But we still need to address the timing issue. But we can solve this problem by getting the upgrade where we can use our health to extend the lift time. The problem now is getting enough polymer to get that upgrade. And the game gave me the perfect opportunity to farm some. It was time to cross the bridge. And we're pretty much in the game's final stretch before reaching the final boss. The bridge is filled with a crap ton of sprout mutants and the plush bosses.
That is a specimen called Plush.
The red dudes, you know, the one that takes 20 minutes to kill. And I think this bridge has 3 of them back to back. And you know, this part would be pretty easy, you know, if I just had guns, but we don't have that. So instead, we're gonna whip out our secret weapon, cars. And no, I don't think we're going to run them over. Instead, we're going to cause them to blow up for massive damage. I'm starting to think the strat was a little too effective. But eventually, we got the polymer we needed for the upgrade. Now, I have access to the most OP ability at its full peak, and I can slam to my heart's content. As long as I have health, of course. Now, I no longer feared being swarmed by enemies, since I could dispatch them with a lift of a finger. Except for the red dudes. Those things in groups scare me. They even evolved to attack me underwater, and use my own strategy against me by attacking me through walls. Can you believe that? Little cheaters. But alone, they're pretty much a joke. They can't even handle simple things as standing up. I mean, look at this one. Poor guy can't even get up. Even the Dewdrop boss was no match for my amazing dunking skills. The twins too. They were surprisingly easy. Since they both share health, all I had to do was just focus on the one that's always on the ground, since I couldn't target the one that's flying in the air. But eventually, a couple of slams and shocks, and surviving the final laser attack, the twins were finally defeated. And then, we saw the end cutscene, and then the credits. Thanks for tuning in into today's video. I had a blast this run. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more content. And until next time, friends, this is Lazarus, signing off.